Welcome to Amazing Interview. My special guest today is Professor Giuseppe Rosano. Welcome here, Giuseppe, and I'm so happy to have you here. And also, I wonder how you spend your life between London and Rome and how you are so active because you are the leader in the field of cardiology and especially in heart failure. So you try to explain us about the poetry of a pump only in an Italian with the spirit can say like that. Welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you. No, it's a great pleasure for me to be here. And I mean, it's always a great pleasure to be in Romania. And I mean, it's a different type of atmosphere. I mean, you feel it. The way I divide my life, I'm doing the opposite of what I did in early 2000. In early 2000, I was at the European Medicines Agency and I was working in Rome. So I was commuting from Rome to London, spending 2 or 3 days every 15 days in London for the European Medicines Agency. Then when we moved to London, I got the position at St. George's, then I had also to start all my clinical activities in London. So now it's basis in London. I have my teaching in pharmacology in Rome, and where I go once a week for a day or a day and a half. It's easy. I mean, it's a 2-hour flight, so I mean, there are people who commute to London for take 2 hours, so it's not a bad life.
Wonderful, wonderful. And how you are keeping your balance on these things. And about poetry, do you think that in this poetry of the heart is more connected with drama of Shakespeare or with love of Petrarch? I don't know.
I think it's a love for the work you do, because if you don't like your work, I mean, it's a hell. So you need to love what you're doing and get excited. I'm really happy with what I'm doing. I'm really happy at my choices, and I find always new ideas and new stimuli, which is very good. So if you love what you're doing, then it is not a weight. Then if you have to do things you don't like, then that becomes a problem.
Exactly like that. So you are a very, very successful cardiologist. Are there special ingredients of the success or what you consider that is the key performance?
I think the success is not just yourself. I mean, I'm the point of the iceberg. I mean, the iceberg is my group. So at the end is the group and
It's
the
a
group you
teamwork.
build.
Wonderful.
Yes, it's that you build. You cannot be just a lone player, because if you're a lone player, just do it by yourself. That if you have a good team that supports you, then that makes the difference, because then it allows you to come to meetings, and it allows you to do a little bit of the activities you want to do. At the same time, you feel that you have the responsibility for the team. So it's a teamwork. So it's not just yourself. Of course, the most important thing, as I said earlier, you need to love what you're doing. And so it's love for what you're doing together with your team.
Exactly. I have also all these things. Claude Bernard also said that art is I, science is we. So we have to put things together like that. So positive competition. So being, I don't know, in a spirit of competition all the time. Your daily program is very busy. Is it possible to share with us some way of improving ourselves or showing how you are keeping so happy and so fit and so positive in all these things about sleep and work balance, about activity? Please.
Yeah, I mean, I start my day at 5:30.
5:30.
5:30, because I have a meeting with my young daughter in the kitchen where we have breakfast together, and she prepares lunch.
Wonderful.
I prepare my lunch, and then I'll go into work. And work is I tend to, because when I do my clinical work, I want to be focused. So switch off mobiles, no emails. So just focused on the clinical work. And usually Monday, Tuesday, and half Wednesday are clinical activities.
Exactly like
So,
that.
and exactly like that. I rarely reply to emails on those days. I just reply to the very
keep in
important
my
ones.
mind.
Yeah, because it's if you're in front of your patient, I mean, first of all, they see that you are distracted. Then you don't focus exactly, you can make mistakes. So I even switch off my mobiles. And then maybe I'll switch them on just to see if there's any message. Then, and those are work in the UK, clinical work in the UK is busy. So it's heavy. Then I come back, I go to the gym 3 times a week, which is good. And I play tennis with my youngest daughter often. That keeps me fit on the weekend. And then
always single playing, not
single,
double.
no
Yeah,
double.
yes, also.
Not double,
No. It's not for us.
No,
In 20
just
years, probably.
in 20 years, probably we'll start. So now just single. And in terms of eating, I do my 16-hour fasting, and absolutely no.
Starting in the evening until noon.
Until noon. Yes.
Coffee probably
Yeah.
in the morning.
In the
An
coffee
espresso.
in the morning. Yeah. Usually I have the long coffee, and I have quite a few until midday.
And lunch you prepare yourself and
I prepare it myself,
bringing with
yes,
you.
bring with me. So it's which is a good way of controlling what you're eating as well.
Exactly.
And but absolutely no ultra processed food. I mean, that is really, really bad.
So you started this a couple of years ago?
Started that a couple of years ago, and I saw the transformation. So it's and it's incredible. It's easy to do it. I mean, at least and you just have to avoid anything that is in packages.
And what about restaurants and the rest? How you manage?
When you go to restaurant, of course, there are sometimes you cannot avoid, but then you try to choose whatever it's less processed and what is more fresh. Yeah, or pasta, or just a simple pasta, or pasta and fish, or pasta and meat. So it's that is, but it's just simple ones.
How many hours per night for sleep?
I wish I had 8. Actually, I have 6 to 7 hours. Good. Yeah, which is
good quality.
Yeah, it is good quality.
That's
and unfortunately, I would like to sleep a bit more on the weekends. But then on weekends when I'm in London, I have to take the girls to the different sports activities. So it's that starts very.
This is rewarding for a father. So for sure, it's like that. So. Thank you for this. Do you have a special message for young cardiologists in Romania? Are there different or are the same like everywhere?
I think cardiologists are changing compared to when we were at uni or after uni. Yeah. I mean, it's now they want to have a better work and life balance. I'm not sure it's good because I think until you're learning, you need to be dedicated to your learning. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was a registrar in London, we used to have say duties on the weekends, starting on a Friday at lunchtime until Monday, the following Monday. That was used everywhere. And so it's
burnout was not invented at that moment.
So no. And so it's they have to be resilient. I mean, that is be absolutely resilient and very focused on what they're learning. I mean, you never stop learning, but at least in your first years of your career, you need to learn anything. I know that there is this tendency that someone wants to do electrophysiology, someone wants to do intervention, others want to do non-invasive. But first of all, you need to learn everything. Then once you've learned everything, then you can super specialize. Otherwise, you will never be able to be a director, because it's in order to direct something, you need to know how to do that procedure, or you need to know how to deal with patients. And I think always learn from patients. So first of all, resilience, and then serendipity, because it's at the end. You need
like
to.
This word.
Yeah, life is
invented by British. I think that
it's absolutely that is important, and you learn from everything. I mean, don't think that there's something that was useless. I mean, you always learn. You learn from your mistakes. Exactly. So the experience comes from the mistakes you made. Exactly. It doesn't come from from what you learn. So always learn from mistakes and always learn from what you're doing and anything. It's I think it will come always useful. I mean, maybe not in a year, maybe in 10 years, but that will come useful. Anything you do. I mean, it's
You touch exactly the heart of the thing. So changing is not necessarily an optimization. So it's you have to use different models and to follow a pathway.
yes.
Yeah.
But be very resilient during the first years and focus very much, because then if you focus, then you will be a better cardiologist, you'll be a better doctor. Then you can decide whether you want to do your private practice, whether you want to do it academic, you want to do hospital, you want to do other things, or you want to do, maybe go to the industry later on your life. But if you build your solid basis, then it will come easy. Anything will come easy.
Wonderful. At the end of our short talk, please allow me to address you 3 questions from a list built by James Lipton, who interviewed celebrities in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
We as cardiologists, we are kind of like that, and you're especially one. So, first of all, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Always be interested in drug development. So it's but drug development in a way of building the team. So it's building your own enterprise and being a CEO of biotech. That would be very interesting.
Wonderful. And what profession would you not like to do?
Of course, it's being a miner. It should be a very difficult job, and
digging for scientific answers is different than
yes, absolutely. What I always tell to people when they say, "Oh, but that is hard." I mean, traveling is hard. Traveling is not hard. I mean,
in comparison with what?
You have to compare with people that have to wake up every morning at 5 when I work,
Yes.
but then they have to take a train or they have to walk and get a bus, and then they have to get to work. They have to do physical work and come back. I mean, so we are privileged, and so we need to understand that we probably might not wish to do something that it's hard, and so that we have to be conscious of our privileges.
Exactly. We decided, both of us, that being doctors, we are believers anyway. So what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Probably that, I mean, you're being kind. Kind, not just to people, but kind to your patients, kind to your colleagues, and kind to your trainees and fellows. I think that is the most important thing.
Wonderful. Wonderful examples, and thank you so much for this. Thank you, Giuseppe, and we are looking to play tennis soon.
Absolutely.
On a clay.
On a
probably.
clay, absolutely.
Latin
Clay.
spirit. So
Yes.
you have amazing Italians now. For sure, you are
Yes.
one of them, and we
Yes.
have to fight and to feel that
Yes.
we are partners in what we are doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Grazie mille.
Thank you very much.